I was looking at Ngolo Kante. I was like, he reminds me of Makalele, but he brings more. He has Makalele, but he brings more than that. Makalele is not that mobile like Ngolo Kante. Ngolo Kante is like bringing Makalele, bringing the mobility of Makalele and some other things he adds to his game. And he doesn't get tired easily. I remember one of the interviews, he said, he do get tired, but just that he finds a way to push himself. Oh, yes, he do get tired. It's not as if he said he normally gets tired, just that he normally finds a way to push himself. Even games, I remember this Sparkles Chelsea played against Liverpool under Frank Lampard. He ran like the show. Yes, Chelsea lost, but he ran the show. And even in the extra time, there was this player as if he was just started the game. And that was exactly what happened on Saturday. Ngolo Kante was just, for me, he was the best player. It's not a coincidence that he won the man of the match. He won it in the return leg against
Real Madrid.
Atletico Madrid. And won in both legs in the semi-finals, and then he has won in the game. It shows that something is doing good, that, he may not be appreciated. He may be scoring all the goals, but the analysts that are choosing the best players, they know he's even we that are watching knows how good it is. What would you say Ngolo Kante is doing what? How can you describe Ngolo Kante?
Well, Ngolo Kante is, like I said in my introduction on this show, is the guy that you want to have in your team right now. He's, when Igbo people say, Le, Messiah, Amour, yeah, that's who he is right now. Chelsea is not a high-scoring side.
Yes.
So teams like that need a firewall. He is the firewall, the unbreakable firewall. I mean, from Silicon Valley from Langley, or maybe from the KGB or Mossad, I don't know, but it's the firewall that stops any virus from penetrating the Chelsea defense. If Ngolo Kante gets an off game, Chelsea suffers. So you look at him, and some people tell you some players are 1 season wonders or 2 seasons wonder, but since 2016 up until now, he's been the most consistent player on the football field. There is a bit of what's it called, Manchester. There's a bit of Makalele in him. There is a bit of Makalesian, and there's a bit of that Vieira and Didier Deschamps or Donga's ability to read the game. What he does exceptionally well is, you look at him, he's petite, he's very, very small. You would think he'll be running into you like a pit bull, like Edgar Davids, but no, he doesn't do that. He reads the game so well that he could go 90 minutes, stop all the play of the opposition, and still not commit a foul. There is no dangerous foul that comes from it. He doesn't plunge in reckless challenge and pick up unnecessary cards and then get suspended from games. You're not looking at a player who break play the way he does, and you're thinking, don't worry, he will get red carded. I'm going to rile him up. And then it's not the kind of player that you can easily rile up. It's like Messi in 2012. You kick him, he stands up and he's going on. He doesn't want to tell the referee to give you card. He doesn't bother. He takes his game. You can kick, no problem. I want to play football. It feels very, very good. Like he's in his zone when he's playing football. When he's on the field, stopping opposition, is in his zone. He doesn't get tired. Every other team, Barcelona have shown us a 3-man midfield of Sergio Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta. We've seen a 3-man midfield of Casemiro, Cruz, and Luka Modric. We've seen, a quartet of midfielders in Liverpool. But with Chelsea, they have one man. I'm not disregarding Jorginho, James, Kovacic, Messi. No, this is not me disregarding them. But you see, you need to put credit where credit is due. And Ngolo Kante is the one who makes it all happen. When Patrick Vieira was taking all the honors at Arsenal in midfield, it doesn't mean that Petit and the other people he played with were not doing their job. But then you know that Patrick Vieira was the man. The same way when Roy Keane was getting all the credit for stopping opposition, it didn't mean that Poskos, Nicky Bott, and the other guys were not doing their part, or Jason Park, but it was just that this guy, Roy Keane, was the man. Same way with Sunday Olise in the Super Eagles. It doesn't mean that Okocha, Elaho, Ekpo, and the other people who played in that midfield were not playing well. But Olise was so good that you could almost think that even if the other players don't play, Olise single-handedly will win the game, because he wasn't just breaking play, he was also creating goals and so good that if you count very well, it seems like Olise have more assists than Austin Jeje Okocha. And in the case of Ngolo Kante, he doesn't even need to add assists to his game. Some players you say he needs one thing. Like Osimhen, now you'll be saying Osimhen needs more goals. For the kind of player that he needs more goals. This one needs this one needs that. No, Ngolo Kante does not. He is too good the way he is. He is a premium player already. He doesn't need to add anything. Even if he goes down 50% like this performance now, and he lose 50% of it, he is still way better than any other player playing in that position. So for me, he is a god He is a god, and this is not blasphemy for church folks. After the Bible say ye are gods, this is a manifestation of that ye are gods kind of thing. He's a god in football. A player like Ngolo Kante will make the rules change. This is the kind of time where what happened in 2006 should happen this year, where Cannavaro won the World Footballer of the Year because of his performance in the 2006 World Cup winning Italian team, even with the Calciopoli that happened, which means that all of his performance in the league was zero, but the performance at the World Cup alone was good enough. So if we could use that to give Fabio Cannavaro the World Footballer of the Year, I think that Ngolo Kante, I'm putting a case for him that with his performance, he deserves to be mentioned in the league of anybody. Because if you look at it carefully, the only man who is ahead of him right now would be Lewandowski for 41 goals scored, right? But he didn't go to the finals of the Champions League. Yes, they didn't win the league in England, but then he played in a team that defeated Manchester City 3 times this season.
Real Madrid.
Defeated Madrid over 2 legs. Defeated Atletico Madrid. Come on. Ngolo Kante deserve to be mentioned and even given the best player across Europe and across the globe. That's my opinion.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.